Give them a shot to do what?
What is going on, everybody? This is Mike Hughes, aka the Shy Kid, and you are listening to Give Us a Shot Network, only brought to you by Give Us a Shot. So give us a shot everywhere. Check us out. Self-explanatory. I saw a bunch of crazy little intros earlier today and advertisements for other pods that were similar to that. So I was like, you know what? I give it a shot. You see what I did there? Oh no, but man, thank you guys for tuning in. We got Bulls play in. It seems like a holiday at this point. We're never talking about the first round. We're never talking about the number one seed. We're always talking about the play-in with the Chicago Bulls. So let's get into it. Let's have a conversation. I'm sitting here today on the Shy Kid podcast, brought to you by Give Us a Shot. We're going to be sitting down with my brother from another mother from the south side of Chicago, the Windy City assassin himself, the greatest rec league hooper you'll see anywhere in the city, whether that's Export, YMCA, Planet Fitness, wherever. He is in there like swimwear, giving everybody buckets. Rob Scott of Rob's 2 Cents on the show. He's rocking out everything Chicago Bulls. Baby, how we feeling, man? We're back, another playing.
Hey, my other team got eliminated, so it's go
People who don't know, Rob Scott is a huge Steph Curry fan.
Bull.
And I'm a huge Klay Thompson fan. So and you know I'm a huge Jimmy Butler fan. And I don't have the game on right now, but last I checked, it wasn't looking too hot. About
It's
30 seconds
103,
ago.
100, 8.2 seconds left. Look like Philly got the ball, and Maxi's going to the foul
And it's over with. But I believe Jimmy will have one last effort, if I'm not mistaken. No, or is this it?
Yeah, nah. I mean, if Maxi hits this with 8 seconds left, especially he hits both, we talking
No, I
about
mean,
5 point lead.
if they lose this game though,
Oh
then
yeah. They lose this game because this was the seventh and eighth seed
right.
battling.
So they get
So
one more go.
they get the winner of the Bulls versus Hawks game.
Okay. Oh, Jimmy
That's how the
again.
play in works. Yeah,
Oh,
I had to like really brush up on that because if
right.
you overlook something, it can get confusing. But basically, 7 and 8 goes against each other. 9 and 10 goes to each other. The reward for 7 and 8 being the highest seed, whoever wins that game automatically becomes the seventh
Right.
seed, and
So
then the loser of the 7 and 8 goes against the winner of 9 and 10. Unfortunately, if you lose in 9 and 10 spot, you just go home.
what I'm hearing is, Rob, is the Chicago Bulls are going to win this game tonight and then be reminded in 2 days that they gave Jimmy Butler up for Zach LaVine, who is not available in another play-in, and they are going to lose yet again to Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. And then, of course, Jimmy Butler is going to fly through the East and make it to another finals appearance. It's going to be I'm
Here's
excited.
here's the kicker. I know you love Jimmy.
Talk to
But
me.
Jimmy got hurt early in the game.
I
Now
saw it grabbing his knee.
he was able to tough it out. He went to go shoot the free throws, so that way he can stay in the game. And then he actually, was playing really fluid in the third quarter.
Mm,
But adrenaline's going right now, so you got to
right.
think.
When that knee
You
swells
give
up.
him, yeah, and Jimmy unfortunately has history with knee problems.
Right.
So
But
I don't know, man. Injuries just been the theme of this
it
play
has.
in so far. So
Can
it,
can I can I can we really quick, everybody
yeah,
tuning in. I love
yeah,
y'all. Bulls game is about to tip off.
yeah,
Rob and I, we're giving the people what they want. We're talking to you. You know, the real Chicagoans are here. We're gonna be talking Chicago shop because it's conversations that need to be had.
yeah.
But until then, bigger question here.
Okay.
Zion Williamson.
Mm.
Got into an argument. Guy said I don't know ball. Everybody in my group chat's coming at me all day long. Pause. And they're telling me, man, you're an idiot. That's not the definition of a bust. I told you earlier today, Zion Williamson is a
Yeah,
bust. And I said that because 40 points over 10 rebounds in his first game, playoff game ever, that's great. Wasn't able to finish the game due to a hamstring injury, and he is now
yeah,
out for the next game in the
yeah,
play-in in
yeah.
2 days. So, Rob, with that being said, that makes it official. Zion Williamson has missed 60% or more of his NBA regular season games. And in the 10 playoff games, including play-in games for the New Orleans Pelicans, with Zion Williamson on the roster, tomorrow night's game will mean he has played in 1 out of 10 of those games. To me, Mike Hughes today, that is me saying you are a bust. I understand a lot of people think bust means that you just couldn't hack it at the big league level. I disagree. I think there's levels to it. If the best ability is availability, Zion has played less than 40% of his NBA games and is 1 out of 10. And in that one game, he got hurt. Rob, talk to me, man. You're the guru. Is Zion considered a bust because of injuries?
I don't want to say bust because I get where you coming from, but the man has tremendous talent.
And
And
let me say that really quick before you
yeah,
continue. When he's there, he's a dog. And
dominant.
let me put this comparison in your mind really quick so you could see where I'm coming from. Mitchell Trubisky, dog shit, horrible quarterback. Robert Griffin III, early on, a dog, but he
Yeah,
just couldn't stay healthy, which led to him becoming a bust. That's
yeah.
my definition. So please continue. I
I
just want
I,
people to know Zion's a hooper.
I
It's
get
just
you.
when is he hooping? When is he eating? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. That's what I was saying. I get what you're saying. Because but you want to watch what you say because you look at things like the comparison of what a bus is. Like he's no
Right.
Kwame Brown, no
Of course.
disrespect to
No Greg
Kwame.
Odom, you know?
He's no Adam Morrison. He's no. We're talking about guys who was projected, very high in the draft and then got in the NBA and did nothing. So I don't want to go that far, but I
Mhm.
get what you're saying because we have not been able to see, his talent over a spread of a complete season. Let's be honest. Like you just said, he's missed over 60% of his games. Only played in 1 of the 10 playoff games that the Pelicans have played, which is unfortunate for them because he was brought in to replace the absence of Anthony Davis after AD and Rich Paul and them did that Bron inside job and got him to the Lakers.
But
So
let's be real too, though. Like
yeah,
what they made that roster into after that happened. Let's talk
yeah,
about Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, bringing in
yeah,
CJ. Like they
yeah.
have a squad. I can't even lie. What's little buddy's name? I always
Jose Alvarado.
yeah, and he's not little.
Alvarado, I call him he is the light skinned Patrick Beverly. Like to me, that is the light skinned Patrick Beverly. You
He's a
talking about a
ninja, bro.
nuisance.
He is
A
a ninja.
nuisance.
And see,
I love him though.
Rob did this breakdown. I want everybody to know Rob did this breakdown on Rob's 2 cents. He called him the ninja, and I've called him that ever since because he sneaks up behind you,
Yeah.
creepy, and then takes the ball, boom, got a steal, and it's like, what were you even doing behind him? I just knew he couldn't see me if I was behind. He's a sneaky assassin. I love him, but
The
the whole point of
mosquito,
that,
little pest. But
literally,
but but listen, I was talking about this earlier. It's funny you asked that question to bring this up.
okay,
We've noticed that guys that have tremendous explosion, guys that just have unbelievable, hops, especially on the second bounce, these guys don't last long in the league. Let's look at Derrick Rose, a
John Morant,
legend in Chicago. Look at what John Moran is going through. Look at what Blake Griffin went. Remember when Blake Griffin came through a phenomenon? We saw a good. Remember, he missed his first year, if I recall correctly. He sat out his whole rookie year because he won the rookie of the year his sophomore year, if I remember that correctly. And then
mhm,
remember, we saw maybe 2 or 3 good years of Blake. And then next thing you know, the man couldn't even dunk no more.
yep,
So it became a 3-point shooter. So you look at guys like that, and you wonder, you know, why they're not helping him advance his game. He really has the athleticism and the muscle to just move people out his way.
yeah,
You don't have to play above the rim. And you look at guys like a Zebo, a Mark Gasol, guys that were heavier who had this type of size, but was able to last in the league a long time because they played under the rim. You look at Joker. Joker hasn't had any really significant injuries, and we talking about that's a big dude, but he also not jumping up and down and bringing all them weight down on his legs. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Pause. I saw the way he looked at me. You know.
resume,
But
resume,
but all jokes aside, though, it's these guys with that explosiveness, and unfortunately for Zion, he has weight with that explosiveness. So
right.
as great as it looks when he goes up, when he's bringing that body back down to the center of gravity,
Mhm.
that's a lot of weight to put on them legs.
For
It's a
sure,
lot of
for
weight.
sure. And another little hamstring injury, it's so funny to us because we talk about AD all the time and how the narrative is flipped. He had a tremendous season, and I always say this, man, the best ability is
Man, I
availability.
don't
That's
want
what
to hear
makes you a
about AD.
superstar. I know you don't. I know you don't.
No,
But
it's for personal reasons.
I
That
understand. I know. I
great
know.
player, but I told my boys the other day, do not put AD on your ticket. I'm telling you
I
right now. I had
I
him for
know.
30 like a game ago. I looked up. I said, why is AD only got 4 points in the second quarter? They talking about so oh AD left the game. I said, you
Yep.
gotta be kidding me.
Yep. I know. I know. But Rob's been hitting them tickets, man. You've been killing it on the game. I mean, you've
Hey,
been
shout out to
absolutely
soccer.
dominating.
Shout out to soccer.
Rob
I
is
ain't
becoming very familiar with the soccer world, man. I mean, he is becoming in
hey,
tune. But
hey, shout out to my boy Holland. Shout out to my boy Soccer, Harry Kane, all them boys. Hey, I get the
Mbappe,
name. Hey, Mbappe.
man, but we're gonna talk about a name here that I'm tired of talking about. Playing tonight, you already know the only jersey I am proud to represent. Still
yeah,
rocking the Derrick Rose one.
yeah.
I don't care how long. We heard him talking today to the media that he's not done. D Rose is not retiring anytime soon. He said, "You don't see the work I'm putting in behind the scenes. I'm trying to get back to where I want to be. Can't wait to see him next
My
year, man.
boy.
Hopefully one day we have him on the pod. Three Chicagoans just chopping it up. But with that being said, man, this is hot. What is this? Number three play-ins from the Chicago Bulls history.
Yeah.
It's not looking great, man. We haven't gotten out of the first round in several years since Jimmy Butler, Dwayne Wade, and Rajon Rondo days. Rob, I want to put something in your mind right now
Hmm.
because I said this to you 2 years ago, and this year it worked out. I got to prove my point. Unfortunately, I got to prove my point. I love being wrong because that means that my team's doing something great, and I'm perfectly okay with that. The Chicago Bulls, with Zach LaVine making over $200 million, made the play-in. The Chicago Bulls in 2024, without Zach LaVine, still paying him $200 million, made the play-in.
Hmm. I see where you're going
Now, it speaks volumes without me even having to say anything else. But the question here, Rob, is this team in the foreseeable future better off without Zach LaVine? Or should I just say Zach LaVine's contract on the books? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we're in the same position we were with him than we are without him.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I've been steadfast in saying that we overpaid Zach Levine. Now, I get the market in today's league. You know, people that are almost stars. We're not even gonna say star, superstar.
Right.
People that are almost stars or make a name off one or two things in the league. Now, if you can market yourself the right way, you can get a decent
Right.
payday. I
The
mean,
Laurie Marketins, the Zach
it
Levines, the
yeah,
who's another one we can go
hell, you look at Chris Middleton. I think Chris Middleton is making so much right now. At first, he was good. Then he goes to the injury. Chris Middleton ain't been Chris Middleton
yep.
in a while, and I think he just re-signed like another hundred
I mean,
million
look
dollar
at
contract.
Michael Porter Jr. You know what I mean? Michael Porter Jr. is
Yeah,
nice, but the amount of
yeah.
money he's making, it's like, I don't know.
It's ludicrous. So I've been saying that for a long time,
Mm,
and I think the guy's healthy right now, and the Bulls organization just felt at this time we're better without you. I think that the team started to play well. People started to understand their roles better because we know about the clash with him and DeRozan on who's the star of this team, who needs the last shot, who dictates the pace of the game, and all that whatnot. I just think Zach Levine, he actually hurt himself by being such a bad teammate because nobody wanted him. And now
yeah.
we're kind of just stuck with him. So I do see the Bulls either, you know, finding some way to hide that dead cap or get him out of here. But I don't see Zach Levine here next year.
Right.
And I want guys here that want to play. I don't need divas here, man. We need guys here that want to play. We don't really have a superstar. I mean, DeRozan is an aging all star. He was never a superstar. We don't have a superstar on this team. Um,
I think Kobe
and
White's
I,
entering that.
I can't say that because one of your favorite c words, Consistency, bro.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I think he's entered that atmosphere. I always call it you're going around a globe, and the globe is the superstar room, and I think he circulates it, but he's never coming
He
into
got to get
playing
to
there.
All-Star first. You got to
Exactly.
crawl before you walk.
I think he. I mean,
No,
listen, we know.
because you can't say Kobe is top 5 in the East point guard, let alone the NBA.
Right.
And
I
if you're
think he had
not
a
entering the top 5 conversation, then you can't call yourself a superstar.
for sure,
Like
for sure.
you got to think about Maxey, you got to think about Halliburton, you got to think about Jalen Brunson.
Damian
I mean,
Lillard.
you got Dame Dollar, who also to me it fell off. But
Right.
I mean, you asked me today who am I taking, Kobe White or Dame Lillard? Do we really have to ask? Do we really have to ask? I'm gonna take Dame, bro.
Oh, okay, okay. I
Kobe
didn't
ain't
know.
done enough.
I
No,
didn't
no,
know where you were going with
no,
that.
no. That's
I
what I
thought
said.
you were gonna.
Do we really have to add? That's what I'm saying. Kobe is not even the top 5. I don't even think he's better than Trae Young, and Trae Young has also had a dip in play. So
I
yeah,
think he's
but
better than Trae Young.
I don't think so, bro.
I
Because
think so.
nah, I'm not
Trae ain't
giving
even a
Kobe that.
consistent 3-point shooter
I'm
this
not
year,
giving that. But
but
yeah, but
I think he's on the way.
I've seen Trey take a team to the Eastern Conference Final.
Sure, sure, of course, of course. Hey,
So
you know what the
that's
Bulls are
all I
about to
can
do,
say.
right? Bulls are
They're
on their
about
way
to.
to the finals right now, Rob. You got Eastern
Oh,
Pro.
that's beautiful. You know what? I would love to see the Bulls in the final. And I would be the first to look to everybody in the Bulls organization and say, I did not believe that.
I'm so sorry. I'll tell them, yo, I checked out in November, bro. I
I
can't lie
didn't.
to you.
Hey, I'm still waiting on Lonzo to come
No,
play.
but man, like, listen, 39 and 43, ninth in
Yeah,
the East. Atlanta's at the 10th spot. Right now, the
yeah.
Bulls are in position to have success. The X Factor will not be here tonight. DeMar DeRozan's daughter, who was so critical in the Toronto Raptors victory last year in the play-in, she will not be there. But DeMar has promised if they make the playoffs, she will be there. And if we're facing off against Jimmy Butler, if we lose tonight, I'm gonna need her in there like swimwear because it's gonna be ridiculous. Jimmy's on a vengeance tour, but
Hey,
Rob,
Jimmy, like I said, man, Jimmy got to get that knee together,
facts, facts.
and the Bulls, I want them to understand. Let us look in your future. Y'all worry about the Hawks tonight.
Exactly. We're tipping off right now. The Bulls are up a little bit, but let's talk
It's
about it.
tie game,
Tie
10
game
10.
right now.
There we go.
With that being said, though, we have Bidham missing the game
Not
today
that three.
with a
Yeah.
detached retina.
Mm.
First, I just want to say, I forget basketball. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know if you caught an elbow, caught a stray, if you walked into a tree when you weren't looking because you were texting on your phone. No idea. Prayers to you, bro, because that is so
Prayer.
much bigger than basketball. That is a man's career right there. He put in so much work
The man's
overseas.
health.
I mean, man, if you know the overseas story of him, like what he was able to do and get to this point in time for the Chicago Bulls, I was so excited when we brought him into the organization. So, and he had some moments. He had some moments this year. But with that being said, we're about to get out of here because this is only a pregame. But we're gonna look at the starting lineup for the Chicago Bulls right now by Billy Donovan. Right now, we're looking at Kobe White, Io DeSumo, DeMar DeRozan, Alex Caruso, and Nikola Vucevic, Rob Scott, Zach LaVine, Bidham, Torrey Craig. Andre Drummond was a game time decision, but he is available tonight. And obviously, goes without saying, Lonzo Ball is not here. So,
Mhm.
is this the ideal lineup for you going up against Clint Capella, Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, and the Atlanta Hawks?
I think I like this lineup a little better just because Atlanta is not a notorious big team as well.
Mhm.
Atlanta runs a lot of guard play because you look at the fact that they're starting DeJounte and Trey Young together, and they got Bogdanovich, who to me I look at Bogdanovich as more of a guard than a forward.
Sure.
So um, I think that should match up well. One of my X factors in this game, actually, I have two, and I think my boy Big Drummond, aka the Big Penguin, as Skip like to call him. I think Drummond has to have a phenomenal game on the boards. You got to and play physical. I think he's more suited to play physical against Capella than Vucevic is.
Right. Coming
Of
off an
course,
injury, though.
yeah, yeah, but that's still a hey, to me, what you say, Mike? If you show up to play,
Better play
I'm gonna
good.
need you to play. I ain't no
Need
excuses.
you need you in there.
If you was hurt, then you should have said you were hurt and not
Mhm.
suited up.
You know why I
That way
love
you don't
Lonzo,
ruin my
Rob?
ticket.
That's why I love Lonzo, because Lonzo said, "Hey, I'm gone for a few years. There's no ins and outs. He's just gone. It is what it is. I
Hey,
respect
let me
it, man.
tell you something. I just had a ticket with Duncan Robinson on there, and he ain't touched the court. You hear what I'm saying?
Man.
But
EMP.
but also too, I think that a huge factor is going to be Io.
Yeah,
Now, I haven't been able to keep up with the Bulls the way I wanted to, but I do know for a fact just from the different articles I read and different sports shows that I watch. Io's been playing really great, especially towards down the stretch of the season,
right,
especially second half of the season. Io has kind of been putting his name up there as a guard that somebody could potentially look at in the future, and I worry about if the Bulls are going to be able to keep him or keep him as part of their rebuilding
right.
status because I like Io. I think
Well,
Io can turn himself into a decent two-way player.
for
He's
sure.
starting to hit the three ball more, and we know that he's relentless in his attack to the Baja. So as long as Io continues to develop in a way, I think we have a pretty great, decent guard for the future, and I think he can make some noise tonight against Atlanta, put some pressure on DeJounte Murray and on Trae Young, get these guys in some foul trouble, or just push the pace in the open lane. Once he gets on the fast break, Io look like a bat out of hell. I mean, that boy be flying. So hopefully, Io can do something for us tonight. I'm expecting the Bulls to beat the Hawks. I don't see them doing much in the playoffs, but I
Right.
think they can beat the Hawks.
Yeah, most definitely. And that's my X factor for the game. X factor going into the game. Ayo Dosunmu out of
Io,
Chicago.
homegrown, baby.
Love it, man. And I have a reason why. Io, obviously, like you said, down the stretch for this season, he reminds me of a true holiday in the making, a young true holiday. I'm excited to see how he's going to impact the game defensively for the Bulls moving forward. He helps Kobe White a lot where Kobe lacks defensively, and Kobe can just go out there and shoot the lights out the ball. Be
hmm
him. Kind of reminds me, no comparison, reminds me of a Curry and Clay early on because Curry was just shooting the ball strictly and Clay was out there being a two guard. So it's a perfect complementary. But
You
with that,
reaching, but I love
hey,
you.
it's no comparison. That's why no comp. Just saying, it's just how it is. Um, but why I love Ayo Dosunmu in this game is because he has locked down Trae Young in every single appearance the two have played head to head against each other.
Yes,
I have
Lord.
Trae Young for minus 25 points tonight. I'm taking the
Uh,
under. He's not going over 25. I promise
yeah,
you, Ayo Dosunmu is locking that man up. But with that being said, we'll see what happens. We're going to see Rob Scott a lot more as we talk about NBA playoffs for more than just Chicago Bulls. But if you want to see
yeah,
more of Rob, check him out on Rob's Two Cents on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere where you check out your social media pages or at Rob Scott. But he has to censor himself there because the lovely Joy Scott puts him in check sometimes.
yeah, yeah. And I wanted to make a good appearance on the network, man. Hey,
For
shout out
sure.
to the Give Us a
We
Shot
need to.
network. I appreciate you for giving my boy Goat Hughes a shot because he is the goat, baby. Hey, that's what we do here. We don't do this hate over here. We gotta love our brothers, man, and that's
Man.
the goat. That's the goat right there, boy. That's the hey. No disrespect to Dirk. I love Dirk. I know he the voice of Chicago when it comes to music. This is the voice when it comes to sports, baby.
Come on, man. Come on, man. You're going to have OTF at my front door, brother.
Oh
You know
no, no, man. OTL gonna come show love. They gonna be like, hey, let's put the voice of sports with the voice of music. We might get
it.
Dirk on the Give Us the
Gee.
Slot Network. You never Dirk.
Hey,
Dirk.
stop it. Stop it. Stop it. But with that being said, man, appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate y'all being here. Go Bulls, baby. See red.